And good evening and welcome to Andover. It's boys hoops tonight. Huskies host Spring Lake Park. Steve Thompson along with Tim Anderson. Early season matchup, Spring Lake Park 2-1 out of the gate. Andover 1-1 out of the gate. This could be a very good ball game tonight.
Certainly a good indicator for what these two teams could be here as we go through the course of this season. Spring Lake Park replaced a lot of players. They graduated a lot of folks last year. So this is a very different team for Coach Oliver Majors, so we'll be interested to see what they look like tonight. For Andover, what a shock. They have a Kopetsky who leads the way for them in scoring, right? And they just put up 100 in their last outing. So this is a team that can score. They're going to look to try to open the game up, clearly play a little up-tempo. And it's going to be a guard game tonight, and it's going to be key how the Spring Lake Park guards defend Andover's guards.
And you brought up Alex Kopetsky. What a year he's having already out of the gate. 24.5 is the average, just 2 games, 9 rebounds a game. So like his older brother, he really gets it done on both ends of the floor.
Gets it done, and what was nice about that last game was all the different guys who got involved for them. You don't get to 100 with one guy scoring all the points, so they were seeing some balance. They were getting Mapson involved. They were getting Miller involved. It was really a nice team effort for the Huskies, and Coach Jeremy Habel has to be pretty excited about what he's got.
Miller, Kopetsky, Fenton, Mapson, and Miles. Miller, not sure if he was going to start. He had a few options, and he goes with Colton Miller, and Spring Lake Park controls, and that's Cal Spencer. And now they work it off to the right. Spencer has it again. In white, Spring Lake Park on top. 3-ball Welch, and he nails it. Welch averaging 15.3 a game. Spring Lake Park up early.
And Spring Lake Park shoots threes. That's what they do. So does Andover.
A lot of outside shooting in this game. Here's Kopetsky, kicks it out. It's Miller, 3-ball, and we're even.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Look at that nice little drive and kick move there. That's what Kopetsky will do really well. Sets up his teammates for open jump shots.
Oh, Spring Lake Park, once again, Welch, Eagle, Spencer, Jepson, Myron. And there's a bucket for Spencer, 5-3, Spring Lake Park.
Nice little backdoor cut there, looking a little Princeton ball. That was pretty from the Panthers.
And they get it down low. Kopetsky on the perimeter being hounded there by Myron. Swings it off to the right. Miller, a lot of touches. Now into the middle, it's Mapson. And now on the left, Kopetsky. He'll handle it a ton, drives, puts it on the deck, grabs it near the baseline. And then he'll kick it out on the wing, trying to drive. Mapson. Out on the left side, this is Fenton. Now they get it down low on the block. Eddie Miles in the paint, off no good. And a strong rebound by Jepson.
Like that idea, getting it down to the big man in the post, let him be a factor, and then a turnover out of bounds for the Panthers. But I like feeding Miles early, giving him some touches in the low block.
And no first turnover of the game there goes on Spring Lake Park. No fouls so far in the game, and we're almost a minute and a half in.
There's like 15 fans at the game, and they're all standing in front of us, Steve. So I have to get up here and stand over them.
Yeah, and we tend to set up right behind the student section at Andover.
Let's get a note to somebody on that one.
Let's send a memo. And now a turnover on Andover. Turnover is even at 1 apiece. Spring Lake Park right back at it with the lead 5-3. Getting a touch here is Eagle. He'll hand it off. 3-pointer on the way. Myron knocks one down.
Boy.
Second mate 3 for them.
Yeah, Myron from way downtown, averaging 18 a game coming in, and big hit from the outside. And that's in the gym range right there. That is deep ball.
Fenton on the wing, trying to drive against good D. Outside, Miller, 3, heel of the rim, no good. High rebound hauled in by Eagle. And on the break the other way is Spencer. Left of the lane, put it off the glass, no good. Rebound tapped around. Colton Miller getting the start and making his presence felt. Here's Kopetsky, top of the key off to the right. Fenton trying to drive inside the free throw line, kicks it out. Kopetsky again trying to find room. Drives against the bigger Myron. Now skips it all the way across to Miller. Andover, 10 on the shot clock right now. Inside, Miles, and he traveled.
I really like what the defense is doing for the Panthers. They're moving their feet nicely. It's good man-to-man on-ball defense. really challenging the guards up top on the perimeter, not giving them a lot of avenues to drive.
You pointed out at the top, they lost 8 players, 90% of their scoring a year ago at Spring Lake Park, but the youngsters doing a good job driving in, rejected Jepson by Miles, and Andover coming back the other way. Kopetsky drives into the double, kicks it out on the wing. Here's Miller trying to find room inside, can't. And now it's Mapson down to the block. Here's Miles. Miles powers his way to the block. Off the glass, got it to go.
Boy,
that's a good shot.
No doubt. Soft touch by Miles. If you're not making shots on the outside, go inside. It's a tough matchup for Jason Eagle. And that's a good one for the Huskies. Kind of needed it there after a few sloppy offensive possessions.
Yeah, and Eddie kind of the fadeaway off the glass. That's almost impossible to defend. That's stolen away by Miller. Miller on the break with Miles. He'll lay it up with the left hand. And one.
Coach Oliver Major wants to travel, but I think that one's kind of the nice Euro step. And again, I love the big man running the floor and then paying it off at the rim. Nice job by the Huskies, getting the and one. Now they're 1 point away from tying the game early on, but they're getting him involved in the offense early in the game. I like that from this Andover Huskies offense.
Jepson with the and one, no. Or I should say Miles misses that. Foul was on Jepson. 8-7 Andover down by 1. Spring Lake Park the ball.
Little sloppy offensively from both
Here's
sides.
Spencer, shot no, and the rebound Kopetsky. And he can rebound. Once again, active both ends of the floor, just like his older brother Ben. Now ball down on the deck. He's tied up there by Myron. Nolan Myron did a really nice job and has done a good job on him defensively.
Yeah, Myron's definitely going to try to match up on Kopetsky all night. Those are the 2 best players. I think the 2 strongest guard players from each side. You're going to see them definitely in each other's face most of the evening.
And Myron's got some length as well.
Oh, absolutely. He's good. He inherits that role of the leading scorer. When you mentioned 90% of the scoring leaving, somebody's got to do it.
Kopetsky stumbles at the line, kicks it further out. Long 3. Fenton, second made 3 for Andover, and the Huskies have scored 7 in a row.
Almost a walk on Kopetsky, but he got rid of it just before that extra step, and that allowed Fenton to get open for a 3. Quick fire by Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer nails a 3. Third made 3 for Spring Lake Park, and they grab the lead back. Here's Kopetsky. Left to the key, stops his dribble. Now it's Luke Fenton. Fenton swings it out to the left. Miller out of the top. Mapson left of the lane. Nice to Miles. Miles has 6.
Little drive dish, little backdoor cut by Miles. And again, it's all because of that dribble penetration from Mapson. It's a tough matchup for Spencer. Leaves Miles open for the layup.
Spring Lake Park down the lane, driving in Welch. Put it off the glass. No good. Rebound Kopetsky. Another board for him on the break, running the floor. Fenton lays it up and in. He has 5.
Nice job by Fenton running the floor, trying to catch that Panther defense napping, and they're doing that. Quick answer from Myron.
Welch,
I apologize.
Yeah, Welch drops it in, and we're tied. Second made 3 for him. 14 all. Good start.
The Panthers. That's their approach. They're going to have to shoot 3s because they don't have a million guys who can score, so you're going to have to make some shots from the outside.
Miles into the paint, jump stop, kicks it out on the wing. Fenton, the runner, off no good. And a good board by Jepson. And here they come on the break. Welch down the lane, kicks it into the near corner. Myron, leaner from 18, no. Long board grabbed out of there by Eagle. Panthers keep it alive. Driving in Welch, fade away from 17 left side. No, another board for Kopetsky. He's just waiting for him down there. Kopetsky on top, pocket pick, then a foul, and that's going to be a foul on Kopetsky.
Yeah, I think so. Kopetsky loses the ball. Myron with the quick hands gets the steal, so Kopetsky fouls. And you could tell maybe Alex a hair frustrated early. I mean, he's getting his teammates involved, which is a good thing. But you can also see him maybe getting a little agitated because Myron is stopping him right at the top of the key and basically saying, you're not going to drive on me. That's not happening. You're going to have to distribute the basketball.
Subs coming in, Lucas Squire for Andover. And Fenton sits down. Couple of subs. We'll get those to you in a moment for Spring Lake Park. Under 12 to go. Here in the first half, tied at 14 from the elbow. Kopetsky, no. Rebound tapped out of there, grabbed by Welch. Fires it ahead on the break. Down the lane, off the bench. Missing the layup was Pelkey. Ball on the deck, scramble for it. And we're going to get a jump, and on that jump, Spring Lake Park's going to hang on to it. Kopetsky flying all over.
Yeah, he will hustle, and that's just the trait that he's got. He's going to be all over the floor and be a problem. Yes, one of the subs that was in, Sawyer Thompson, missed that layup. He's the sixth man for this Panther team. Does a lot of scoring off the bench for them. Keep an eye on him, number 1.
Ball tapped around, coming back the other way comes Andover. Here's Miller. Miller gives it up. That's tapped out of there. Grabbed by Welch. Steal by Welch. He'll get it on the break. Going in for the layup. Myron missed it. Still tied at 14. Waiting on the other end for the bunny. Eddie Miles. He has 8 to lead all.
Oh, the old cherry pick for Miles, but it gets him the easy deuce. And that's a missed layup with the left hand by Myron, and you can tell that one's going to frustrate him because that's a make you got to have.
Thompson into the double team, kicks it out. Here's Welch, long 3 out of there, no good. Rebound tapped around, grabbed by the Panthers, put it up, another foul. That's going to be number 2 on Kopetsky.
That's the right move, too, by Spencer because they've missed the last few outside jump shots. So go inside, get a foul, get yourself on the line, get a bunny. Give yourself some chances to get some points with the clock stopped. It's clear that the Panthers this season are going to have to rely on the three-point shot and the outside shot, Steve. That's the kind of the message you get early on here.
By the way, number 1 on Kopetsky earlier in that scrum on the floor, no foul called there, so his first team foul on Andover. And by the way, the made free throw for Spring Lake Park at the line is Cal Spencer, and he has 6 points, and it's a 1-point game at the moment.
Spencer's this is where they need him because he's undersized defensively, and he's had to match up against Mapson the last couple trips down the floor, and Mapson wants to take advantage of that. He's a little bit smaller, so he's going to need backside help.
Kopetsky probably will not leave the floor. He gets bumped on the edge, and that's going to go on Myron. Myron with the hold. That'll be team foul number 3 on Spring Lake Park. 2-1 on the year, and over 1-1, still very early in the season. But so far, just exactly what I expected. A very evenly matched game.
No question. And Coach Major definitely talked about wanting to find a rotation. So he's going to go 9 to 10 deep here. And you can tell he's already gone, I think, 9 deep with Ty Nelson coming into the game.
Kopetsky swings it across. Here's Squire. Drives in. Off the glass. Got it to fall. Squire with 2 off the bench. By the way, on the floor, Stringy. And Andover has the lead by 2. Spring Lake Park into the front court. Spencer hands it off. This is Sawyer Thompson. And he is tied up on the perimeter by Mapson. Mapson loves it. Andover's going to get the ball on that jump ball. Yeah. Good job by Mapson to jump in.
He's a football player. He's going to have some intensity when he gets on the floor. And he's also just built so strong. He's going to be a tough matchup for those 3s and 2s for Spring Lake Park. So they're going to have to try to do their best to stay out of him because he's got great reach, great length.
So now it's Kopetsky into the front court. They give it over to Mapson, who tied it up a moment ago. Now it's Stringy. And now on the left, this is Rosser.
Oh, that's a travel.
Yeah, he slid on the floor toward the baseline. That'll be a turnover on Andover.
I mean, that's unfortunate for Andover because they got the blow-by on Pelkey, so there was room there to take that thing to the basket. Just lost the balance and fell down. Was Raisler.
Yeah, Blaine Raisler, 6'4". Yeah, Raisler knocked it away, and then we got a foul on Raisler as he bumped into Cal Spencer for Spring Lake Park. Coming back into the game is going to be Luke Fenton for Andover. 9:52 to go, Andover by 2.
And that's Blaine Raisler. There's 2 of them that might see time here tonight, so we want to try to keep those straight. And so Blaine will pick up the foul after the turnover, but I like that pressure. They're going to try to trap right at the half-court line, and they're bringing that length out there from Kopetsky and Mapson and Raisler, challenging the Spring Lake Park team.
Ty Nelson drives in. Nice look and an easy lay-in there for Pelkey. And he has 2, and we're tied at 18. That was a good feed.
How did he see that? That was impressive from Ty Nelson.
Squire out on the right. Lime green shoes. Out of the left side of the floor. Blaine Raisler. And then that little jumper up and in. That's Stringy.
Yeah, Stringy with a little fall-away J from the elbow. That's a beautiful shot. Little mid-ranger for the Huskies, giving them the 2-point lead right back.
Coming up on the halfway point of half number one. Almost to 9 minutes. Spring Lake Park, wheeling and dealing. Ty Nelson got in a tough spot. Spring Lake Park had it knocked away. That was Kopetsky in front of his own bench. Jeremy Habel's done a nice job with this program.
Certainly has.
You know, these teams play hard. They play well. They haven't had a lot of big guys to work with, but they have still been very competitive.
Always get guards, though, right? Guys who could shoot and who can penetrate.
There's a three-pointer from the far side. No. And a big rebound. Blaine Reisler ripped it down. And now on the break, Fenton. Fenton stopped, top of the key. Now Kopetsky on the left, down into the corner. Squire. He fires it further out. Fenton again. Highlighter orange shoes.
Maybe that's what makes them look taller and bigger.
Yeah. Kopetsky free throw line. Jay got it. And Kopetsky's on the board.
Yeah, that took him a little while there, but once he gets going, that's a good sign for the Huskies that they were able to get a lead without him scoring, and then a quick miss on the other end.
Yeah, Nelson missed the J in front of the free throw line. Andover right back at it on a 6-0 run, leading by 4. Kopetsky, 3, no long rebound. Grabbed on the wing, Squire fires it inside. And that was Blaine Reisler. And that one went up into the structure, holding the backboard. And Spring Lake Park will get it back down by 4.
Yeah, hard to believe that wasn't deflected because that thing missed by like 3 miles. I mean, normally you think a ball like that gets tipped back up and gets up into those, hits over the top of the backboard. Ref says no on that one. Don't you get the vibe, though, Steve, watching these two teams that Andover, despite the fact they're never usually a huge team, they look bigger than this Panther team. The Panther team looks a little bit small.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell these guys have spent time in the weight room, some football players. There's a nice driving bucket there, Nelson.
Yeah, I love that. So that's just it. If you're the smaller team, you got to use quickness and you got to use outside shooting. That's exactly what the Panthers just did. Great job by Nelson.
Andover, quick turnaround over on the right side. That was up and up by Squire. Now we got a foul, and that foul is going to go on Andover.
Yeah, that shot was just a line drive brick at the hoop, had no chance, and then you get the over-the-back call on top of it. Loose ball foul on Reisler. That's Caden Reisler who picks that one up, and that's going to be his first, and that gives the Huskies an opportunity to come down and tie the game.
Turnovers 3, or I should say fouls 3 apiece, 7:20 to go. Spring Lake Park the ball, and now we got a foul off the ball on Spring Lake Park.
I think that's going to be, is that Pelkey on a moving screen? That's what I think they're going to call there. Oh, 25. So, yeah, it's on Pelkey on a moving screen, and those are ones that coaches buy. Coaches always go to referees and say, hey, watch moving screens, will you? Watch the moving screen. You tend to not see that get called unless coaches are lobbying, and so that tells me that might be something Coach Habel had told the referee a couple trips down.
It's early in the year for the refs as well. Maybe they need to be reminded that that can happen.
So very politely, I might add as well. Not angrily, yeah.
Yeah, not in the face. Out on top, Squire. Squire drives in, spins out of there. Rebound Spring Lake Park. Here they come on a break. Nelson into the lane, stops in a bad spot. Now gets it down to Pelkey in the near corner. And now they'll swing it around on the perimeter and reset plenty of time. 20 on the shot clock. They're down by 2. Driving in, trying to scoop. That was Welch to Pelkey, and we get a foul on Andover.
Boy, he was amongst the trees. It was 4-on-1 when he threw that pass into Pelkey, and somehow it ended up in Pelkey's hands. It's a heck of a play by Welch to get it there, but extremely dangerous. That interior passing needs to be really precise in order for it to work, but it did for the Panthers that time.
Foul goes on Blaine Reisler for Andover, and fouls are even at 4 apiece. Spring Lake Park, they go to work down by 2. 6:35 to go, driving in, Welch, tough shot. He's going to draw another foul, and this will be number 2 on Kopetsky.
Yeah, he didn't like it, but it looked like he kind of held him as he made the move to the basket. And the referees noticed that hand get extended around, and I think when you get that, they're going to call it every time. I don't think Kopetsky really had him, but I think it was just the where his arm was right there, as you could kind of see it wrap around, and I think that's what the refs called.
Welch, 2 made threes, missed the free throw there.
And that's going to be something, watching these early games, Steve, is going to be those little things like, can you make a free throw? Can we execute some of these really basic things coming out of timeouts, out of set plays?
And that one is perfect. He has 7, and it's 1-point game. Andover the lead. By the way, Kopetsky to the bench. Mapson on the floor. He's handling the ball right now.
He
Over
might
to
be
Miller.
a guy to keep an eye on here. Him and Miles as well. We're a little two-man game here with Kopetsky on the bench.
This is Caden Raisler in the near corner. Shot up by Stringy, and he knocks it down for a 3. He's got 5.
It's kind of an interesting jump shot, too, because he extends that front leg a little bit to give himself some room, and then he's able to knock that shot down.
Driving down the lane, Thompson put it up. No. But we're going to get a foul and 2 free throws for Sawyer Thompson.
Yes, the feet weren't set for Colton Miller inside the paint, and he's not, or he was really close to the semicircle. It's one or the other, but either way, Thompson was able to get the call as he drives in. Take another look. Yeah, he's outside the semicircle, but not set.
He'll knock that down. He's on the board. By the way, 6 on Andover.
This is critical, I think, for Spring Lake Park, because you notice the offense is kind of broken down a little bit here in the last few minutes, Steve. They need to make free throws, need to play defense, and maybe force some turnovers. They need some easy baskets.
Miles with the board. Mapson into the front court. Right side swings it over to the right. Colton Miller, he's in trouble over there. Good defense by Spring Lake Park. They've cranked it up a little bit defensively. Now it's Miles. He'll hand it off. Down toward the block, right back outside. Here's Miller, 3-ball. Off no good. Easy rebound there for Jason Eagle. He'll bring it up the floor. Eagle into the front court, near side. He'll try the 3. That's out of there, no good. Rebound tapped around. Grabbed by Caden Raisler, and he'll bring it up.
That's an interesting move there for the big man to get the rebound, dribble it up, and take the shot without a pass in the offensive set.
Stringy has 7 off the bench at free throw line, Jay. And Andover up by 5.
Nice
Spring Lake Park right back at it.
And you can just see again here, Steve, everything's difficult for Spring Lake Park right now. They're not just getting the easy baskets, not getting the easy layups, not getting those chances in transition. They're not turning defense into offense right now. It just feels like they've had to try to do this in the half court, and I just don't know if they have the size or speed at the moment to execute in the half court against this bigger Andover team.
Driving in, Welch gets all the way to the hole and knocks it down.
Of course, you
Welch has 9.
Run the picket fence at the top of the key, let him move right around and get an easy layup. That's an easy way to do it.
Yeah, Welch leading the way there with 9, 2 made threes. Driving in, giving it up. Miles missed the bunny, couldn't knock it back down. Rebound controlled there by Jepson. Spring Lake Park on the move, down by 3. On the wing, Eagle 3, short. And the rebound to Miles.
Boy, Eagle ain't shy, but I'd like to see him put that on the floor, take it to the basket. He's one of the few guys with some big size inside. I'd like to see him challenge a Mapson or a Miles and get on the line.
Mapson misses a jumper. Eagle the board. Hands it off. Spencer. Spencer back to Eagle on top. Now it's Welch. He'll try the 3 and hit the 3. Third made 3 for him. He has 12, and we are tied.
Much better shot. Oh, and a turnover right there. Miscommunication by the Huskies. Much better shot that time because Eagle was able to make the handoff to Welch, but then sort of set a screen and allow Welch to shoot behind him. Much better shot in the flow of the offense.
5-0 run for Spring Lake Park, and the ball. Eagle off to the near side. Nelson now on top. Welch, he'll try the 17-footer and hit. Welch on fire with 14.
Oh, yeah, keep feeding Colin Welch right now. He is playing fantastic here over these last couple of minutes and getting some looks off of screens. Huskies have to answer.
Here's Miles on the perimeter. Skips it across. Mapson now spinning there. Raisler loses a handle. On the break the other way. Coming in, Nelson had it rejected out of there by Miller. And we get a foul. Miller can't believe it.
Do they get a foul or a goaltend?
No,
I think
a
is what they're going to call
goaltend.
it. Goaltend, I was going to say, you can't call the foul there. There was no foul, but a goaltend we can listen to. The key here is the play before is Raisler loses his footing because he's trying to go one-on-one. Refs are not going to reward you if it doesn't look like you're in control. So Raisler falls over, and that leads to a broken floor the other way for the Panthers. They're able to get a chance. Huskies get back on defense, but they end up getting the goaltend call. Huskies lead 29-27. Or maybe they waved it. Yeah, because they didn't wave it off.
Yeah, 29-27 Spring Lake Park. Here comes Andover. Kopetsky on the floor, stuck near the block. Sends it to the outside, Fenton. Fenton puts it on the floor. He'll drive in. Runner off the glass. No. Rebound tapped out of there by Spring Lake Park.
Oh,
and then that's stolen back. Here comes Mapson. He'll go in, try and dunk it, but get fouled and go to the deck.
Yeah, I certainly don't love the foul right there to go. I mean, let Mapson try to dunk it if you have to, but I mean, I like the idea of defending it, but when you're late, you're late. But he wasn't going to make that dunk. It's like he didn't get the elevation of the height. There's just no need to foul right there.
Mapson to the line, misses a free throw there. He'll get one more.
And these are the things that if you're not going to make the dunk, then you got to be able to make the free throws, because otherwise just take the easy layup. He had the easy layup deuce right there. And now he's going to come away 1 out of 2 at the line, which is a trade that they'll take. So it's 31-28. So they did put that hoop on the board after the goaltend.
Yeah, they did. And by the way, it was a 9-0 Spring Lake Park run to put them in the lead. Andover just ended that. Lob down low. Catch by Eagle.
Yeah.
And that's knocked out of there, and we got a foul and 2 free throws, and I think it's Mapson.
Yeah, Mapson slapped at the arm of Eagle, and Mapson doesn't think he did. But it's that motion is what I think they called more than anything, Steve. We saw Mapson's hand go way up and then come straight down, and unless the ball comes straight out, you're going to get called for a slap every time.
7 on Andover, 5 on Spring Lake Park at the line. Eagle. And he is on the board.
Yeah, quick release he's got with that jumper. It looks pretty, but it does come out a little fast.
That one off no good, and the rebound of Miles. Here comes Andover. Kopetsky on the point again. Kopetsky in the game, just 2 points. And that one knocked away, and actually a turnover.
Must have kicked it off his foot is maybe what the refs are suggesting right there.
Yeah, I thought it may have gone off Sawyer Thompson, but it did not. Time out on the floor. 2:39 to go first half, and Spring Lake Park, they were leaking oil down 27-22. Then the 9-0 run to grab the lead, and a lot of that was Colin Welch. He has 14.
Colin Welch was starting to get some easy looks, right? And another part of it was we talked about how they just weren't able to get shots in the half court. So what do? Motion, movement, set some screens, get some guys coming off of picks, do a little pick and pop opportunity with Welch. Get the ball in the hands of your shooters and let them do some stuff in space. They did all this with Myron not on the floor, their leading scorer. So this was a big one for Spring Lake Park. Kind of weather this storm, and they have the lead.
Yeah, and they've done all right from outside the arc, but Welch, 3 made threes, and a total of 14 points at the moment. By the way, fouls, 7-5, and over the limit. So Spring Lake Park still has a foul to give here late in the half.
Take a look at the 4A rankings up there on the screen. Cretin-Derham Hall, Wayzata, a lot of the usual suspects, am I right? But Champlain Park looks to be a force this year as well. It's going to be a fun year. Yeah,
and some down years for the Rebels as of late, but Cretin-Derham Hall is loaded. I saw them earlier in the season. Here's a leaner from Thompson off no good. Rebound followed up by Lowry. Grabbed away there. Good job by Eddie Miles to stick with it. And now Andover down by 4 has the ball. Here's Mapson.
I think Coach Habel wanted to see them move the ball faster in the front court. Took a little time to get that going.
Fenton. And Andover, this is another team that's going to need to live on the break, on the move, up and down the floor.
Yeah, they haven't been as good in the half court as well here. They like when they can get up and get running a little too.
Mapson right of the lane, drives in, nice bucket. Joseph Mapson has 3, and that was really nice.
Yeah, I don't know if the Panthers have anybody who's going to be able to guard Mapson one-on-one.
Eagle down the lane to the block, and he got fouled rudely by Miles, and that'll be the first on Eddie and the 8th on Andover.
Yeah, Miles absolutely fouled him there, and he doesn't necessarily love the call because no basketball player does, but he got him with body and the arm, a double whammy, and that's going to put Eagle on the line. Key here for Andover is not to get too frustrated in the paint. Just put your hands up and play defense. Force them to shoot over the top of you.
By the way, the only player in the game, by my count, with 2 fouls is Andover's Alex Kopetsky with 2, and it looks like he's going to sit down again with 139.
Yeah, buy some time before the half. Don't pick up the cheap foul here with 1:40 to go. And the game's not out of reach. It's a 2-point game. Nothing to worry about.
And it is early in the year. I would assume, though, he's the kind of player that, as the season goes on, is going to spend more and more time on the floor and maybe not come out. And a made free throw there for Eagle. 2 for 4 at the line. They are up by 3. Andover the ball. Miles tries to back his way in, had it knocked away, but that's going to be a reach on Cal Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer comes in, trying to double down and offer a little double team on Miles, but as he does that, he reaches.
Actually, they're going to get an Eagle.
Oh, they get Eagle for it with the body. That's
yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a little surprised about that as well, but they're going to get an Eagle. And now they go right back at him, and they get it to Miles, and they're going to say this one's going to go on Eagle again.
Might go Jepson. I think they're going to go Jepson instead because Jepson had body inside the semicircle. And he was able to get he kind of bodied up Miles. I think he got the worst of it, to be honest with you, but he did get called for the body.
Yeah, and Jepson, by the way, that's number 2, number 7 on Spring Lake Park, and Miles at the line. And his first made free throw, and he has 9 points.
Yeah, Miles is a nice little play. Boy, I really kind of like what he can bring to them because they have shooters, but if you can go inside to a post guy and he can make some plays for you inside and get easy baskets, gives you a lot of options if you're Coach Habel. Panthers
by 1. Here's Welch. Big first half. Kicks it out. Thompson 3. No. Rebound Miles. Hell outlet to Mapson. Mapson will bring it up the floor. He's guarded there by Welch. 1 to go first half. And that one off the fingertips of Caden Raisler. And a turnover in Andover. I've got them at 5.
And, yeah, Coach Habel does not love that because I think there's something that you need to anticipate that drive and kick from Mapson. Mapson's got a great first step, and he was going to look for an open kick for a 3-point shot, and it was almost like Raisler didn't see it coming.
Here's Thompson on the wing. Out of the middle, Eagle. And now coming around from the other side, Spencer. This is Welch. He'll try a long fadeaway 3 and hit it. Are you kidding me? 17 for him. Right back the other way, and an answer for Squire.
Oh, he's over and back, yeah.
And a turnover on Spring Lake Park. And now the Huskies down by 1 get the ball back. Yeah, 2 quick threes.
Lowry wasn't ready for the outlet pass from Spencer, and when he did that, he was over the line, so he didn't know what to do. He kind of just forgot where he was on the floor. Leads to a turnover. Now Kopetsky comes in for an offensive possession here at the end of the half. It's a chance for them to get a basket here and get the lead as we head to break in what's been a high-scoring first half.
Mamson on the bench. They send it into the backcourt, and Kopetsky. Miller's out there in the near corner.
That's almost a moving screen. Didn't call it.
Kopetsky to the block, high off the glass. No, tapped around, fight for the rebound. Grabbed by Eagle. Spring Lake Park on the break ahead. Stopping, popping. Welch again. How about Welch?
So much polish in his game. It's really impressive for the Panthers.
Kopetsky gets bumped on the wing right. And with 4.6 to go in the half, he'll go to the line with the front end.
Yeah,
that foul on the floor on Thompson.
He draws the foul, but Alex Kopetsky's frustrated. Like, you can tell that he doesn't like having just 2 points at the half. He doesn't like that Welch is getting going here and having the first half that he's having. Doesn't like that they're trailing in the game. Lots of things, right? Kopetsky's a competitor. He doesn't like it when he's being one-upped a bit. You could see he just drove hard and lowered the shoulder into Sawyer Thompson and drew that foul.
Free throw, short, no good. Front end, rebound ramped down by Miller. And we have a travel on the Huskies.
That's a good call because Eagle tied him up inside, but there wasn't anything for Miller to do right there except just eat that and take the travel. Good job by Jason Eagle off that rebound.
So Spring Lake Park up by 3. They'll roll it in. 2.6 to go. From beyond half court, high off the backboard. No good, but Spring Lake Park has a 38-35 lead at halftime, and the story has been Colin Welch.
Colin Welch has been terrific. I know that it's just been a great job for Coach Oliver Major. He's got to be thrilled on the road early in the season against a pretty tough opponent to show up here and able to get done what they've gotten done here. great stuff from Spring Lake Park, but this is a fun basketball game. This is a long way from being over. Both teams pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, 38-35, Spring Lake Park leading it Andover. Colin Welch leading everybody with 19, including 4 made threes, and that fadeaway a moment ago. We're going to take a break. Don't go away. We expect a very exciting second half tonight. It's Boys Hoops here on QCTV.
Step into the heart of downtown Anoka for the annual tree lighting event. For decades, this event has marked the beginning of the holiday season in Anoka. Santa was there for family pictures. There was also horse-drawn carriage rides up and down 2nd Avenue, and plenty of food vendors to give out warm meals for everyone. And this isn't just a local affair, it's an open invitation to the entire metropolitan area, and this year was bigger than ever with an expected gathering of 10 to 15,000 people. This event is also about the season of giving, with Toys for Joys in attendance, ensuring that everyone has food and toys during this holiday season, as well as local students and food vendors contributing to other meaningful causes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then at 6 p.m., they flipped the switch for over 10,000 lights illuminating the tree, with fireworks in the air to kick off the holiday season in Anoka. Stay up to date with the City of Anoka on social media to learn when you can expect next year's tree lighting event at anokaminnesota.com.
According to the U.S. Department of Justice, an average of 24 people per minute are victims of rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner, totaling more than 12 million people in the United States every single year. Domestic, sexual, or relationship violence is never your fault, and everyone deserves a relationship free from violence. The advocates at Alexandra House know that abuse comes in many forms, and that any behavior used to control, intimidate, or cause fear is abusive. If you or someone you know needs help, we're here to listen with confidential support 24/7, 365 at 763-780-2330 or visit alexandrahouse.org.
Oh, well, welcome. This is Christmas at the Crossings, our 3rd annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. We're so excited, and we have a perfect, beautiful night, and a lot of people showing up. I have my son Abel here. I'd like to thank Jensen's Market, our new market across the parking lot. They're giving away over 1,000 free Christmas cookies. We got Collins Ice Cream giving away hot chocolate. It's not too cold out, but it's absolutely perfect to come enjoy a hot chocolate and check out the ornaments. We got a new sleigh this year we're sitting in. We have present and our ornament and obviously our tree. We've added a couple decorations here behind us. And so there's something for everybody. But really cool as you walk into the Crossings this year, we have a couple live reindeer for people to see. We have Santa Claus inside. He'll be coming out when the tree lighting, but kids get to ask Santa Claus for what they want for Christmas. Hopefully they've been good kids. And we got the Champlin Park Choir here singing Christmas carols, so thanks to Champlin Park for having them here. What a perfect, fun night to celebrate Champlin, celebrate the holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody.
Hi, I'm Brian Hagan. I'm the city administrator here in Ramsey. Been in this role for 2 years, with the city for almost 3 years total.
My name is Nicole Laubach, and I've been with the city now for almost 4 years.
Hi, I'm Brittany Seibel. I work for the City of Ramsey. I'm in the finance department, and I've been working here for 3 months.
The company culture, it's just everyone gets along well. We try to be flexible. We understand everyone has personal lives that they need to attend to, but yet, we're all here to do a certain role.
The work culture here is great. I feel like everybody gets along and works well together.
I've had jobs in the past where I felt disposable, I guess you could say, and working here, I definitely feel appreciated. I feel valued.
I don't want employee burnout by any means. It's not fun to come to a job where you're dreading it. So, to have the staff that support each other and management that recognizes that, hey, you know what, we'll still be able to get this project done. Make sure you're home with your family. Make sure you're taking the time away to reset, rejuvenate, and come back excited to work.
The City of Ramsey supports me as a working mom very well. There's a great work-life balance. If one of my kids is sick, I just take my sick time, let my boss know I gotta leave and pick up my kid. I also have different activities for my kids that I take time off for, and then I just leave, go to the activity, and then I'm able to come back and work the rest of the day.
Hi, I'm Sean Sullivan, the Economic Development Manager for the City of Ramsey. I've been employed here since August of 2018.
My name is Adam Martin. I'm City Planner with the City of Ramsey. I've been here for just over a year, close to 15 months.
I think the City of Ramsey is a really unique city based on its size and its location. We have a lot of businesses that started here in a garage and then went into a larger space and continued to grow here. And what we see a lot is, rather than a business leaving our city and going to another community for greener pastures, they like it here. And they want to grow here.
Ramsey is a city on the go and a city on the grow. We are growing in multiple ways, and we would love to have you as part of that growth. With growth, of course, comes challenges, but it also brings numerous opportunities.
Moments away from the start of half number 2, Spring Lake Park at Andover Boys Hoops here on QCTV. Steve Thompson, Tim Anderson, even ball game, and tip of the cap to Colin Welch, 19 points in the first half. He played really well.
He was great. He was able to get baskets from the outside, make those threes, and after he started making the threes and you had to respect it, then he started working off of picks and getting inside and getting some baskets at the rim. The thing that's kind of surprising, though, is it's 38-35. It was a pretty quiet half for Myron for Spring Lake Park and a really quiet half for Alex Kopetsky. Just 2 points. They were able to get some lift for some other guys. Strengy came in, gave him 7 off the bench. I thought Miles played pretty well for them. But they're going to need to see Kopetsky get involved here in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if he's really aggressive early, looks for his shot, maybe sees if he can get to the line the first couple trips down the floor.
And they have had a good strategy. They started with Myron, playing him and defending him, and he has a little bit more length and really did a good job. So Myron expended a lot of energy, and maybe that's why he's only got 3 at the half. So 2 of the leading scorers for both teams held down. Once again, Myron, the made 3, and Kopetsky, just 2.
The on-ball defense, too, from Spring Lake Park was really something. They were able to really stop ball and force Andover to work for everything. Credit the Huskies, though. They made some threes. They hung in, and this is going to be an interesting second half.
Spring Lake Park in white, and running the point, Cal Spencer. Off to the right, Jason Eagle. And now it's Colin Welch, leading scorer in the game with 19. And now it's Myron. Myron to the free throw line. And now the jumper up from Eagle, off no good. Easy rebound, Colton Miller. Colton Miller, Alex Kopetsky, Luke Fenton, Joseph Mapson, Eddie Miles. And here's Fenton, 3 ball, off no good. Rebound, Miller in the paint. Miller grabbed it, now gives it to Fenton. Double team comes, and he'll swing it out to Kopetsky. Kopetsky drives in, guarded there by Myron, as we mentioned. And now Miller, the travel, another turnover in Andover. They had 6 at my count at the half.
Yeah, that's a travel right there where he picks up his foot before he puts it on the floor. That's going to get the call pretty much every time. And again, some of this happens because Kopetsky's forced to dish the ball. They're bringing double help on Kopetsky up top, and because of that, he's forced to dish it away.
Here's Cal Spencer, double clutch, drives in, swings it out. Another pass down into the corner. Here's Myron to the block, partially blocked there by Miles, but we get a foul on Andover. And that foul is going to go on Eddie Miles. That'll be number 2 on him.
I thought there was a foul there, but it was such a late call that I thought they were going to let it go. I was a little surprised that they did blow the whistle after that, and that's going to put Myron on the line.
Myron 3 at the half, first free throw of the game. By the way, they were 6 of 10 at the half. And now they extend their lead to 4. He'll get 1 more.
And there you go. Good to get him involved, too. If you're Coach Oliver Major, you want to see Myron get some looks, especially with the left-handed shooter. He can get shots from the outside. You want to do that. There's more pressure on Kopetsky.
Kopetsky down into the corner. Fenton drives out of there. Not a lot of room. Now they get it down low. Miles spins and a block, and that's going to go on Eagle, number 2 on him. And that might have gone either way.
Yeah, Coach Habel wants the continuation foul for Miles to let him get the bucket and the foul, but referees blew that dead on the floor right away. Eagle tried to take that charge, but instead gets called for the blocking foul.
Team fouls even at 1 apiece. No one with more than 2 in the game. Kopetsky to the free throw line. Miles into the paint. Turnaround off, no good. And the rebound, Spencer. Good board by him. He'll bring it up the floor. Get it down into the corner. Myron, quick 3. Got it. Look out. Second made 3. 5 already in the half.
Yeah, it brings him up to 8 points quickly. And just like that, he's a factor in the game, and the lead is 8.
And by the way, they led by 5 early. Now they're big lead in the game at 8. And Kopetsky got fouled left to the lane, I believe.
So
and he did.
Yeah, they'll get a push foul there. So that's on Myron, who's going to try to be aggressive. Kopetsky's trying to be, he's trying to put it on the floor and break through the pressure, try to find an opening. And it's a good job by the Panthers of moving their feet and just forcing Kopetsky to work really hard for everything.
Yeah, it has been a tough night for Alex Kopetsky for sure, getting a look. By the way, Colton Miller goes to the bench, checking in Lucas Squire. And now we're kind of getting things sorted out. I'm not exactly sure what the delay is, but this veteran crew, led by Tim Layton, has it sorted out.
It's a good crew, and I think they've called a pretty good game. It's been pretty straightforward. Again, nobody in real foul trouble. They're letting them play a little bit on the inside. I don't mind some of, because, Miles is certainly very physical. He's a hard guy to officiate because he's so physical underneath. And he has bodied up Jason Eagle most of the night.
Here's Squire at the line, stops Fenton. Now to the middle, Alex Kopetsky. He'll try and drive. Fade away, and that'll fall. And he has 4.
Had to work hard for that shot. I'd like to see some people set some screens for Kopetsky. Give him a chance to run with some space.
Spring Lake Park to work. Their lead is still 6. They get it left to the lane. Working his way in, Jepson now skips it across. This is Eagle. Further back out, Myron off the back, off the shot clock, Andover ball.
Yeah, that's from the attack line in volleyball. That's just too far out for Nolan Myron. I'd like to see him put that ball on the floor, maybe get around the coverage of the defense. He had a matchup that I thought was favorable. He got the screen off of Mapson and got the other help, where I think he was on Fenton. I liked his chances in that matchup.
And by the way, Jepson will sit on the floor. Thompson, Kopetsky's jumper, no. Got to the free throw line, but missed it. And here they come. Springer Lake Park right at it. Thompson may have traveled, got away, but off the glass and in. It'll count. He has 3.
Might have traveled twice, but he was able to get the basket there. And that's a big one. Again, he's the 6th man. He's the guy that they expect to come in and be the instant offense off the bench.
There's a jumper. Miles off, no good. Rebound Fenton down low, back up, no. And the rebound to Eagle. Spring Lake Park on the break, leading by 8. Down in the corner, Thompson 3, no. Easy board there for Mapson. Now Fenton in transition, off to the left. And that shot no good by Squire, but followed back up and in.
Both teams forcing up shots. They got lucky and got Fenton with an offensive rebound, but a lot of just jacking shots when you're not even set, not even getting your feet planted.
Fenton got the bucket. Now a driving layup there. And that was Myron. And Myron's having a good start to the half. He's in double figures now with 10.
See, that was a little better. You take a screen, you let the guy put the ball on the floor. It helps.
Over in the corner, Miles hands it off. Kopetsky, he may have stepped out of bounds. I think he traveled one or the other. I thought he came very close to stepping out of bounds.
I thought he was on the inline, but then he stepped fouled because he wants to get an outlet pass and nobody's there. It's almost like when Kopetsky's driving, nobody's moving. They're just sort of standing in one spot. The Huskies have to move. They got to set screens, and they got to create some passing lanes for Alex Kopetsky if he's going to drive like that.
Springer Lake Park up 9-4 early in this half. We're almost 4 minutes into this half. And Spring Lake Park come out of the locker room, and now we got a foul on the perimeter, and that's going to be on Squire for Andover for sure on the perimeter.
Well, Nolan Myron has come in, and he's been very different since the start of this second half. I think you can agree, Steve, putting the ball on the floor, being aggressive, looking for his shot, all the things that he wasn't doing in the first half where he was a little bit passive and playing good defense. Now he's saying, nope, I'm the alpha. I want the ball every trip down the floor.
And by the way, that was on Maps, and now a long 3, nothing but net there for Spencer. He's in double figures, 2 made threes. He has 10 points.
Boy, he's a little spark plug.
Right back the other way, and we got a foul. And Fenton on the drive got held. And
that's on Welch. Huskies need a hoop. They just need something to go in here. They have really struggled in the half court. They need some kind of easy basket, quick transition layup, something.
Kopetsky down the lane. Nice move, gets the bucket. He has 4 in the half, 6 in the game, 50-41. But to amplify your point, with that bucket, they've still been outscored 12-6 in the first 4:16 of the half.
And I think that's why you see Coach Habel call the timeout. First of all, brilliant little Euro step there by Alex Kopetsky when he gets into the open space of the lane, take it down the boulevard, get the quick basket. Now the timeout from Coach Habel, maybe to set up a press, maybe to put a little pressure on this Spring Lake Park offense when they have to get the ball out of a dead ball situation. Don't be surprised if you look for a half-court trap here, or maybe you bring a full-court pressure. You're trying to get quick hoops. Coach Habel's certainly seeing that they're struggling in the half-court, so what do? You got to get easy baskets away from the half-court.
And by the way, at the half, Welch, 19 points, has not scored in the half. Spencer now with 10. Myron, 7 in the half, and he has 10 points. Kopetsky right now, 4 in the half, 6 in the game, but it has been a struggle for Andover for sure. Once again, being outscored 12-6 so far in the half. Here's what's upcoming for Andover.
That's interesting. They got Blaine coming up. They're going to host them next. That's Bernie Ward, the new head coach over at Blaine, former JV coach here at Andover. So some familiarity there as they get the opportunity to go against each other. And then, of course, at Centennial and Burnsville coming up soon for the Huskies.
Yeah, and that'll take you through the end of the year, just getting started in boys hoops here in the 24-25 season. We've got a ton of action all season long. Boys and girls hoops, hockey, wrestling. I think we got a swim meet at some point.
I think you and I are going to be hanging out a lot again together.
Yeah, I feel bad for you. Here comes Andover. They get it back, and this is Squire, a three. It's short. And the rebound to Spencer. Spring Lake Park, almost another over and back. And now they get it into the front court with Spencer. To the top, Eagle. Off on the left, Thompson. I should remember that name.
You'd think so.
Panthers swing it around. Eagle, three. Got it. And his first field goal, and he has 5.
Boy, his shot was kind of broke there in the first half, but that was a beautiful little jumper from the outside. Now a steal.
And a steal from Myron. Myron the other way, lays it up and in. And he's had quite a half. 9 points for him. And Spring Lake Park extends the lead. They're up by 14 with 12:44 to go. And now they get it in the paint. Miles tries to get it up over Eagle. Can't. Blocked out of there, out of bounds. Mapson couldn't grab it. And Andover in all sorts of trouble right now.
Panthers have extended the defense beautifully here in the second half. They are really forcing the Huskies to try to work on the offensive set, but the spacing's not great for the Huskies on the offensive end. You need to be able to have lanes to move the ball, and I just feel like they're in too tight.
And by the way, Fenton sits down. Mapson sits down. Kopetsky out there guarding the point. Spencer down into the corner. They fire it to Eagle. Further out, Spencer. Spencer's going to drive in the runner. No, rebound tapped around, and it's grabbed there by Squire. Kopetsky into the front court on the wing. Mapson knocks it down.
Transition 3. Let's see how quickly they pick up the defense. So far, they're just content to get back and sit in a bit of a, it looked like kind of a bit of a zone, but no, now they've stepped up and they're playing full man-to-man.
Thompson, long three, and nails it. His first made 3. He has 6 points. 56-44, Spring Lake Park. Here's Miller for Andover. No, rebound. Mapson grabbed it out of nowhere. Now Kopetsky trying to drive. Thompson on him like glue. Mapson trying to drive, can't go anywhere. Now it's Kopetsky. Down the baseline, kicks it out. Miller wide open 3, nailed it. Nice look.
Dribble penetration. They get a back screen for Miller. Now Miller gets standing open, and Coach Oliver Major wants to take a timeout. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and really a nice look. Kopetsky was able to drive baseline, kick it out. Miller knocks down the 3. They really needed that.
And part of it is they're setting off-ball screens. You saw Joseph Mapson up at the top of the key. He's setting picks. He's trying to get guys moving on the perimeter so that when Kopetsky's driving on the back end, guys are going to be open. And that time it worked out perfectly. Miller's wide open for a 3. There you get a look at the Panthers coming up. Totino, Blaine, Irondale. They got some road games coming up here. Panthers after tonight have to play 4 of their next 5 on the road.
Yeah, and Totino, once again, a power in 3A year in and year out. A lot of good players at Totino Grace in recent memory. And I was going to bring up Cretin-Durham Hall, the number 1 right now in 4A. You and I talked a little bit about it before the ball game. I saw them against their opener in Burnsville. They are loaded.
Yeah.
And preseason number 1 for a reason. A lot of good teams in 4A, but Cretin-Durham Hall, North Dakota Player of the Year, is a senior headed for Notre Dame. Came in, Tommy Ottoman is his name. And they already had some players hold over. JoJo Mitchell, a lot of D1 offers at the guard position. But Cretin-Durham Hall, a deserving preseason number 1 in 4A.
They are what they call grown men amongst the boys out here right now in 4AA. They're going to be a very tough out.
And, of course, great coach Jerry Klein. And now Spring Lake Park, they've had a good half. They had the big lead, or a 3-point lead at the half, and they've extended it. Now 11 to go in the game.
Because they're moving the ball nicely. Look at the spacing on the perimeter, Steve.
Here's Myron, leaner against the double team. No, rebound. Kopetsky, and then I think he got fouled.
Yeah,
and he got fouled by Thompson from behind.
Yeah, he got fouled by Thompson. A bit of a frustration foul by Thompson and also by Myron. Myron had the open shot. He took on the double team. I would have liked them to just keep cycling the ball in the perimeter. It was working. They were going to find an open shot, but instead I think they kind of forced a little mid-ranger.
So Welch on the bench right now at 19. He was the story for Spring Lake Park. He has not scored here in the half. Now Kopetsky He has 4 in the half, 6 in the game. Andover trying to reel him in, down by 11. Still a long way to go. Kopetsky down the lane, off the glass, no rebound. Out of bounds, off Maps, and he couldn't control it.
But you see Kopetsky getting more aggressive, driving more. They're setting a few screens. That time they got him moving. And they just couldn't finish that time at the rim, but they're getting Kopetsky more opportunities near the net. They got to go, full court pressure.
Ty Nelson does get it in. Now it's Cal Spencer. He's guarded back there by Caden Raisler.
They're going to get a foul there, I think, on Raisler. And Raisler has certainly been a bit frustrated in this one as the matchup's been really tough for him. Tell you what, I look at Spencer, I just think he looks like he's 12. And but he's been a menace for this Spring Lake Park Panther team tonight.
He has 10 points, 1 of 3 in double figures for Spring Lake Park. Panthers get it down low to Thompson, fade away, tough shot on the baseline, and he was able to hit. He has 7 in the half, 8 in the game.
Now there's some of that scoring that they talked about with him off the bench, his ability to come in and just knock down big shots, and that's what he's done here in this second half, a big 3 and now a big 2 right there.
Raisler into the lane, got tied up, and he got fouled by Pelkey. Pelkey may have got ball and then slammed into him with the body.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys with real size for this Panther team in the rotation, so he's going to contest everything, and that's his job off the bench, no doubt, is to kind of get some greasy rebounds and use his physicality to challenge people who get in the lane.
Here's Caden Raisler. He'll go to the line. Huskies, we're 3 of 5. First free throw of the half, no good.
And you got to have those, especially when you're chasing 13 points with 10 to go. You got to get the easy ones.
That one much better. Andover down by 12. Spring Lake Park the ball.
Spencer exclusively the ball handler in this second half of the Panthers, Steve.
And done a good job. No turnovers. Nelson into the lane, kicks it out into the corner. He'll get it right back, fakes, drives, kicks again. Here's Pelkey. That's an air ball. Rebound grab by Kopetsky.
I would
Alex
recommend running that one
Kopetsky,
again.
top of the key 3. He nailed it. His first made 3. He has 7 in the half, 9 in the game.
Transition versus half court. That's an example of what happens when you can get running in the broken floor. Andover definitely more comfortable in that situation.
Thompson the miss on the break. Raisler missed the shot. Good defense from behind by Myron. Spring Lake Park up by 9, right back at it. Driving in, they try to get it to Pelkey, and he lost it out of bounds. But in the middle of that defensively was Mapson.
Yeah, Mapson's been a really good player tonight for the Huskies. I want to see Nelson just shoot that ball. He's trying to be too perfect and hit a pass to Pelkey, who's backdoor cutting. Just shoot that one. And I think if you're Oliver Major, you're saying, yeah, let's take a timeout here. Let's get composed. We can't be in a track meet with the Andover Huskies. We got a 9-point lead. We got to slow the game down. We got to go the opposite way.
Yeah, and that's really how they built the lead. 38-35 at the half. And they came out and built a 55-41 lead in the first 4:16. And that was because they were so dominant in the half court. But here's Kopetsky down the floor, spots up, knocks it down. And that's what Andover needs to get back into this ball game.
Yeah, so much more comfortable when they can run, and that's what they want to do. I think Andover wants to speed up Spring Lake Park here in the next few minutes, and that's why I think you're going to continue to see traps, you're going to see presses, you're going to see lots of stuff, because then every time they get a rebound off a loose ball, they're going to try to run in the open floor the other direction. They're going to try to get a quick layup, try to get some transition hoops, put some pressure on this Panther team.
So Andover to inbound in the backcourt. Kopetsky has it. There's Alex. This is Miller. Now Kopetsky on the left. Double team comes, goes out of bounds, turned it over.
Those are the little things that Alex Kopetsky just doesn't do. And tonight he's had a few of those turnovers where maybe he's tried to force it on the baseline a little too much. And every time he's tried to maybe pull back out, that's when he loses the handle of the basketball. He's had a few turnovers tonight.
And now it's Colin Welch running the point. 19 in the first half. Wow. Drives, kicks. Gets it in the corner. 3 ball. No. Fell down. Kopetsky on the break. And what do we have here?
I think it's an official's timeout. I want to say they thought that the ball, I wonder what the ref's calling there. It's an official timeout. And, of course, Jeremy Habel's like, well, we're trying to run in the fast break there.
Yeah, they wanted to get going. Once again, that was a tough shot for Welch in the corner.
He's been quiet in the second half, Steve, though. He had that big first half, but it's been Myron who's had to lead the way here in the second.
Miller, 3, no, and the rebound comes down to Welch. He's guarded there and guarded effectively by Raisler, and it goes out of bounds off him, and Spring Lake Park's going to hang on.
Boy, Fenton dove for it. I almost wonder if it wasn't off Spring Lake Park in the first place there, but Fenton dove for it, and that gave that ball back, but you can see full court pressure from Raisler once again on Welch.
Colin Welch running the point at the moment, gets it out on the left. Here's Thompson. Thompson works off a pick, Andover right there.
Oh, boy.
And there's almost a turnover as Welch saved it. And now they say he did indeed step out of bounds.
Yeah,
that was very close.
I thought there was no way he stayed in with the way that pass was right in the lap of Coach Major.
And now Kopetsky, wearing number 2 for Andover. Drives down the lane, scoop layup, nice driving bucket for him. 9.5, 11 in the game.
Such polish there when he gets a chance to go one-on-one and play a little iso ball. He's so good. Almost got a reach there.
Ty Nelson, 3, no, over the backboard and out. Andover gets it back, down by 7. They are right back in this game.
Absolutely, right back in it. Plenty of time to go. And again, the Panthers are rushing. That shot happened with about 20 to go on the shot clock. Take your time. Run your stuff. Try to see if you can get a look.
Kopetsky tries to drive. No, turned away by Thompson. Here's Miller. Now on top, Fenton. Fenton, he'll try to drive. Not on the left. Caden Raisler. Now Kopetsky. Good D by Thompson again. 12 to go on the shot clock. Raisler fakes. He'll drive in, kick it out in the corner. Strangy, no. Rebound tapped out of there. Raisler ran it down, stolen away by Nelson. Spring Lake Park, a layup. Nice play by Nelson. He has 6.
Nelson fought for that one, and now Fenton going to try to get the quick answer in the open floor. And gets fouled.
But the foul. And he should go to the line. By the way, Spring Lake Park at the moment with 16 fouls. And that is going to go on Nelson.
Nelson picks up just his first. You kind of notice this right now, Steve, just looking on the floor, and this can change in a second, but both teams looking to play pretty much a guard lineup. There's no bigs. Eagle's not on the floor. Miles is not on the floor. Not even Mapson's. Now Miles is going to get up right now. I was going to say no Mapson, no Miles right here. But now they're going to make the move. Raisler out, Miles in, as it's the Huskies try to move the chess pieces first.
Luke Fenton will get one more at the moment. 8 points. Made his first free throw attempt a moment ago. Second one also good. 7-point game again. Spring Lake Park the ball. 7 to go.
Eagle back in as well, so they countered each other right there when the bigs came in. Miles in, Eagle in at the same time.
Now they get it to the outside. Myron's had a nice half. 9 points, 11 in the game. Into the paint, tied up. Nice dish, up and in. First points of the half for Welch, 21 overall.
And that was 2 alpha dogs. It's Kopetsky and Myron going at each other on that defensive end. Now Kopetsky looks for the answer.
Swings it out. Fenton near corner, wide open 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound. And Miller got tied up. He got held by Jepson. And that's going to go on Jepson for Spring Lake Park, and that is 7 against the Panthers. And now free throws. And with 6:26 to go, Andover's got 3 to give.
And some of that is the Andover's better on the offensive glass right now than Spring Lake Park is, getting a lot more opportunities. Also, they're going to the basket a little bit more here in this second half, drawing more fouls underneath.
Miller front end, no.
But you got to have those. I mean, you just have to have some of those. They've missed a few of these front ends.
He has 6 on 2 made threes. Spring Lake Park to work. The lead by 9 and the ball. Coming up on 6 to go in the game. Thompson way out on the right. Drives in all the way to the hole. Put it up. Drew the foul on Fenton. He'll get 2.
That's a good move. Spring Lake Park hasn't really done that much in a while. They've been settling for mid-range jumpers and threes. Thompson decides, I'm just going to put it on the floor, go to the basket, initiate some contact, and get to the line.
Thompson 1 of 2, 1 point at the half, but has come up with 7 here in the second. This is there.
Gosh, yeah, it's early in the season, Steve. Free throws. Got to have the free throws down the stretch. That will be the key. Which team can make a few of these?
Good, get it there.
10-point game all of a sudden. Once again, Spring Lake Park weathering storms. Can they continue to do that?
Fenton into the lane, gave it up. Miles kicks it out. Miller the three, no. Nice rebound. Miles skied for it. Tough shot from the baseline, no. Tapped around. And then Miller puts it back. And they're going
to maybe call over the back, yeah. Looks like over the back on Miller. So a loose ball foul.
Number 2 on him, number 5 on Andover. And we have a timeout. Jeremy Hable and Andover down by 10, 5:51. So they were able to cut it to 7, but now they're back down by 10. Spring Lake Park has the ball. They really need a stop.
Yeah, and that reaction from Jeremy Hable after the timeout says it all. It looked like he'd just been waiting in a doctor's office for 4 hours. He was just clearly frustrated with what he's seen on the offensive end. Defensively, I actually think they've played half decent here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. They've been able to get some stops, force some threes. But offensively, they've got to find a way to continue to get easy baskets. Kopetsky's done a nice job in the second half. They've been able to give him some looks and some opportunities. They got to get somebody else going. Need Kopetsky to keep getting shots, but they need somebody else when they get open to knock a shot down. As there's only one other guy in double figures right now on the floor, and it's Miles. Mapson, Mapson I think's played a nice game. I'd like to see him get back on the floor and get more chances because he's a tough guard for Spring Lake Park. I don't know if they match up nearly as well with him as they do some of the other guys.
One of the things I wouldn't say consistently, Spring Lake Park defensively all night has been pretty good.
Yeah.
They haven't given up a lot of easy buckets tonight. I mean, just about everything's been contested. And I would think Oliver Major, the Spring Lake Park head coach, has to be thrilled with that effort defensively. They made it hard.
Their lateral quickness from side to side on the perimeter is terrific. And, I mean, they're playing man-to-man. It's not like they're doing a lot of funky zones. They're just helping and playing man-to-man, and it's working.
Here's Welch, still leads all with 21. He had 19 at the half. He'll give it up, driving in. Myron misses the layup.
That was a backdoor Princeton cut, and it was right there for them, and they just missed it.
Remember that one. Andover skips it across. Kopetsky, high arcing three. He nails it. Second made 3 of the half. He has 12 in this half, 14 in the game.
How often does that happen? You miss the easy layup, you give up 3 on the other end. It's basically a 5-point swing.
And now Eagle right back at it. Well, they found Kopetsky, and he knocked it down. So after a very quiet first half, he has come to life with 14 overall. Myron down in the corner, Thompson. They get it right back out on top. 3 off, no good. That was a miss by Jepson, and over the ball, Kopetsky on the run, down by 7, into the corner, Miller 3. No, long rebound tapped around and grabbed by Eagle. Nice help on that board by Welch.
Yeah, Welch did that. He earned that rebound. He put his body in there enough to tip it to Eagle and give Spring Lake Park a key possession.
Half a rebound, is that a stat?
We got to start the stat for
that,
Steve.
Exactly.
We really
you can get half a sack, I think.
Yeah, Eagle gets the credit for the rebound, but that's really just Welch hustling, getting in there amongst the trees and making that happen.
And he hasn't been afraid of that tonight.
No.
At all on either end. He's made some buckets in tight.
Yeah. This Spring Lake Park team is a little small. Guys like Spencer, Welch, those aren't big guys, but they're getting in there, and again, they're being factors defensively.
Hey, Welch, 21 in this league. That's no joke. Drives in, had his pocket picked. Stringy. And now it's Kopetsky. His team down by 7, still time. Top of the key, drives in, left to the lane, up with the left hand.
That's all day. If you don't bring help, Kopetsky's going to go to his left and go one-on-one with who's ever up there. And if you don't have the foot speed to stay with Alex Kopetsky, goodbye.
Right back the other way. Shot up, off, tapped into the corner. Stringy the board. He'll hand it off to Kopetsky. Andover down by 5. 4 to go in the game. They'll get it to Kopetsky on top. Thought about the long 3. They get it further inside. Miles with the elbow. Off, no good. Gets his own rebound. Up and in. Eagle wants a foul. Doesn't get it.
And they'll call timeout, take 30 seconds. Eagle's got to get up, though, off the ground. If he gets knocked down like that, he can't lay down there. He has got to get back up and contest. You didn't get the whistle, you got to get up and contest. And right there, he just laid on the ground and allowed Miles to overpower and get a rebound.
Yeah, and you watch the sequence here, and you'll see this elbow and the push right there. And he didn't get the call, but you're right. He spent a lot of time on the floor, and that allowed Miles to put it back, and now he has 12 in the game, and Andover within 3.
I mean, he's probably right. He probably did get offensive fouls right there, but you still got to stay with the play. You got to, and you can't buy a call doing that, right? That's not going to get you the call. Get up, get hustling, and I think Eagle and the referee having that conversation right now. Maybe the referee even saying, I missed it, who knows, but no doubt a big moment right there for Andover to get that basket. That's a big hit for them. They're only down by 3, 1-possession game, and they're bringing full court pressure once again.
Kopetsky in the backcourt. He had 2 in the first half, 14 here in the second half, and they get it into the front court. Here's Spencer. Spring Lake Park trying to hang on. Still a long way to go. Coming up on 3:30 to go. This is Eagle. Hands it off. Thompson. Key guy off the bench. Hands it off. Good D by Andover. Kept alive by Spencer. They fire it down low. Up and in. Who else? Colin Welch. He has 23.
They lost him because they were trying to get the steal, but they lost Welch in the coverage, and he was just standing underneath by himself under the basket in an easy hoop.
Kopetsky driving against Myron. Kicks it out in the far corner. Now this is Miles. Fade away in the paint. Got it to go. He has 14.
Boy, I love that. In rhythm from the big man, and that's a push. No, they say he stepped out, not a push. They want to push. Coach Major wants Kopetsky bumping Spencer out, but they say no, and it's a turnover.
Wow. Big play there. By the way, in the game, Kopetsky has 2 fouls, 3 in the game for Miles, if you're wondering about foul trouble. And on the flip side, Myron with 3 for Spring Lake Park. And then it's stolen away by Spring Lake Park. Spencer right back the other way. Goes in, put it up, got the tough layup. What a play. Went by Kopetsky and got it to fall. He has 12.
Boy, Cal Spencer's a problem tonight, and they're going to get Myron for the foul. But I'll tell you this, Myron on Kopetsky, that's the matchup the rest of the night. I don't see Coach Major moving off of that because I think Myron can stop Kopetsky or at least slow him down.
Problem is that's 4 on Myron. Now he's right on the brink with 2:33 to go in the game. Spring Lake Park by 5. Kopetsky at the line. So he has not shot free throws tonight.
That's a great question now, too. So now if you want to protect him, do you want Myron to stay on the floor? And if that's the case, do you move him off Kopetsky? But who do you move on him instead?
By the way, made free throw gives Kopetsky 17 in the game.
That's a 15-point second half.
2:33 to go. One more. Kopetsky knocks it down.
Scorers find a way to score, don't they, Steve? They just find a way.
And here comes Spring Lake Park. Spencer. He's going to drive in, and a foul from behind. Caden Raisler got beat and then fouled him from behind. And that will put Welch to the line.
Yeah, it's a third. Raisler just struggled right there. That first step by Welch, and he was gone. 23 for Welch as he gets to the line.
He was 1 of 2 from the line in the first half. Knocks that one down. And he's just come up huge as of late for them.
Boy, heck of a game tonight here, huh,
yeah,
Steve?
it's been a good one. No doubt. And I thought coming into this that, you know, these are evenly matched teams and they play hard. And he gets them both. Those were pure. He has 25 to lead the way. And it's 71-66. 2:20 to go. Andover down by 4. Kopetsky, a monster half. 16 points.
Oh,
He'll go up and have it knocked away. I think Thompson helped there defensively. Eagle grabbed it. Spring Lake Park now by 5 and the ball. Here's Welch. Welch drives into the free throw line, kicks it out on the wing. Thompson long 3, short, no good.
I don't want that shot right there if I'm Spring Lake Park. That's not what I'm looking for on that trip.
Kopetsky 3, got it! Oh my! 23.
You got to see the situation right there. You have a 5-point lead. You have possession of the ball. You have a chance to run 20 seconds off the clock. You have got to do that by running your stuff. I just think they could have made at least 2 to 3 more passes, maybe got something under the basket, maybe drew a foul, did something, and instead you take a 27-foot 3 from way outside and not even your best 3-point shooter taking it. I just don't see that one.
Kopetsky had 2 at the half, now has 19 on the second half, total of 21 in the game, 3 made threes, and
those threes come
game.
in transition too, right, Steve? 2 of those threes in the second half have come just off of fast breaks, off of misses. He's able to stop and pop and take 3-pointers from the outside, knock those down.
So quite a comeback. Andover in huge trouble early in this half. Spring Lake Park built a big lead. As a matter of fact, they scored the first 5 points of the half. They dominated early. We go back to that spot where they were up 55-41, a 14-point lead, and Andover's been gradually reeling them in. And Alex Kopetsky, once again, tough first half, wasn't getting his shots, but you really called it, Tim, that he's been more aggressive and knocking down shots.
And, you know, he's made some turnovers too, but he's stayed with it, and that's kind of that shooter's mentality. When you're an alpha dog like Alex Kopetsky, you just aren't worried about turnovers and missed shots. You're just going to keep shooting. Your mindset doesn't change.
Here's Myron in the backcourt with 4 fouls. Myron down the left to the lane, to the block, up with the left hand, got the bucket in the foul. What a shot. And the foul's going to go against Mapson. That was just a line drive that fell.
How in the world did that go in? That's just a prayer from Myron, but it drops. And that's a huge basket as Mapson picks up his 3rd foul. And that's 14 on the night for Myron after a really slow first half. He shows up, he puts it up in the second half. And free throws getting made, Steve. That's critical.
Well, Myron gives them a 5-point lead again, 1:30 to go. Kopetsky, can he answer?
Get a high screen right there.
Huskies answer. Down into the corner, 18-footer drops. Tough shot. He has 23.
Oh, boy.
Stolen away. In the backcourt, Caden Raisler. Kopetsky down low, had it knocked away. Eagle tipped it there to Welch. Tough turnover. And Spring Lake Park by 3. Coming up on 1 to go in the game.
Oh, boy.
And then stolen away. Caden Raisler, layup. He has 3 in the ball game.
Panthers didn't know what to do with that pressure. They needed to hustle that across the timeline. Instead, they got a little too cute, and Raisler's playing some defense.
Spencer dribbling around, gets it further out. They put it in the hands of Myron. Myron's going to drive in with 42. Go all the way in, lay it up and in. What a bucket by Myron.
It's Alpha's time right now. Winners only. It's Kopetsky and Myron going to be the rest of the way.
3-point game. Down in the corner, 3-ball, off no good. Rebound, Eagle with 21. Andover's got a foul. They got to get to the ball, and they foul Welch. Maybe not the guy you want to foul. Down by 3 with 17.2.
And again, I get that, Stringy was open. He's made a couple of shots in this game, but you want to get that one. I just feel like that ball's got to stay in Kopetsky's hands. I want to set a screen for him. I want to give him a chance to score. He's got the hot hand. He's made his last couple of shots. You want to give him chances right there. And I like the unselfish play of going into the corner, but I guess I wanted in rhythm in that moment with my best guys.
Welch rattles one in. And Welch has 26. 19 of those came in the first half. 4-point game.
Made their last 5 free throws, Steven. That's the difference right now.
And that one also perfect. What a night for him. 78-73. Andover needs something right now. Mapson down the lane, puts it up, got the bucket, timeout. 9 seconds left, 3-point game. Still doable, so on the inbound, they'll foul right away.
Smart play, too, though. Let them go ahead and have that layup. Just try to get the ball back, and now everything is about this inbound play for Spring Lake Park. Make sure you get this ball in, because you'll get the foul called.
So Myron with 15, and 12 of those coming here in the half. But Kopetsky, what a monster second half. 21 total points in this half, 23 in the ball game, and has helped lead his team all the way back. But once again on the inbound, down by 3. Quick foul, and then hope they miss.
Yeah, I hope that they get that. And you've seen Spring Lake Park make some mistakes in the backcourt when they've put pressure on. They've gotten some steals and some turnovers. This is important that the communication is good between Myron, between Welch, between Spencer. You want to make sure that this ball gets in and it gets into somebody's hands before the foul.
So Miller, Kopetsky, Caden Raisler, Joseph Mapson, and Eddie Miles for Andover on the floor. Welch, Eagle, Myron, Thompson.
Miles playing a bit of a free safety role here. He's just going to watch for like a desperation toss here. The pressure is all going to be on the inbound as Eagle's going to be the one to throw it in. Look for Spencer and Welch. Maybe set a back screen here for somebody. See if somebody pops open.
78-75, Spring Lake Park to inbound. 9 to go. They do get it in. They get it to Myron in the backcourt. They'll outlet to Thompson. Thompson goes around to defender. On the wing, Welch. And Welch got fouled down low, and I think Miller grabbed his arm, and with 1.5.
Well, Miles thinks he fouled him way back there, but credit Spring Lake Park. That's a really good press offensive set. Come in, you get Myron running from the half court, so he runs away from Mapson, so he's got some space to catch the ball. He sees the triple team coming. He immediately throws it over the head of the defense. Nobody was there to pick it off, and it's a wide open Panther. And at that point, it's curtains. They did exactly what they needed to do.
Welch has made 5 in a row.
Yeah, just all the free throws down the stretch. Yep. Just nails from this Spring Lake Park Panther team. How about 28 for Welch tonight?
Yeah, big night. 19 of those in the first half. And he'll drain that one 80-75, and that'll be a shot at the horn, and that is it. So Andover couldn't come all the way back. They dug just too big a hole early in half number 2.
They just came out a little flat there to start the second half, and they allowed the Panthers to build a lead. And this Panthers team gained confidence as the half went along. Good comeback from Andover at the end. I like a lot of the pieces the Huskies have. Obviously, Kopetsky's an alpha. He's going to be a really strong player for them, obviously, as he always is. They're going to need to get some other guys scoring, get them involved, and get some confidence going. But, yeah, it was a little bit too little too late for this Husky team tonight. A big win for Coach Oliver Major and this Spring Lake Park Panther team.
Yeah, quite a night. Colin Welch, 29. Nolan Myron chipped in with a big game as well. He had a very nice half, ended up with 15 in the game, and then Alex Kopetsky ends up with 23 to lead the way for the Andover Huskies. Eddie Miles with 14. They fall to 1-2 on the year. Spring Lake Park, meanwhile, goes to 3-1. And once again, I'll go back to one thing. Spring Lake Park, in general, they had some lapses in the second half, but played pretty good D all night.
Boy, their defense was fantastic. I know you look up at the scoreboard and you see 75 points. You say, well, I don't know how good that is. But in this shot clock era of high school basketball, teams are going to score. Teams are going to get points. But if you can make them work for everything, which is exactly what they did tonight, made them work for every play. You're going to look at our upcoming schedule. That's the difference. Make them work for every basket. That's what Spring Lake Park did. We've got a winter band concert coming, some hockey, Andover, War Road, and Andover, Wayzata. I think I'm at the Champlain Park Anoka game coming up really soon for girls hoops as we get ready to head to that holiday break.
Yeah, so a lot coming up on QCTV. A salute to our crew here in Andover and back in the studios in Champlain. Tim, always fun. Good to work with you.
Yeah, it was great, Steve. Always fun to see you. And if I don't see you before that, happy holidays to you.
Yeah, we'll see you down the road. Once again, it is Spring Lake Park winning at Andover boys hoops 80-75. Good ball game tonight. And once again, we'll see you down the road here on QCTV.